Welcome to the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You can see there on the screen, Tennessee has made the top three for elite athlete Cameron Seldon. Now look, he becomes a primary target for this class of 23. Maybe the biggest guy on my radar that Tennessee absolutely needs to land. Obviously, Carnell Tate is off to Ohio State. They need to be able to add a big-time wide receiver in the class of 23. And yes, I know the wide receiver room has some talent. Look, they have some talent going into this fall. But you got to realize Cedric Tillman will be off to the NFL. Brew McCoy, I'm assuming this guy wants one and done. If Brew McCoy works out the way that we hope he works out, he will likely be off to the NFL. Behind that, it's a lot of unprovens. Is Jalen Hyatt going to take that next step? How good can Jimmy Callaway be? How good can Jimmy Holiday be? How good can the freshmen that are coming in the class of 22? A lot of potential there. How good can they be? Cameron Seldon would be a nice addition to this wide receiver room. And again, Tennessee makes the top three. You could see it there. Tennessee, Maryland, and Penn State. Now, a lot of people have him favored, predicted to Penn State. We will see. We will talk about it. But as always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. If you're new to the Talkin Vols Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you dig what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Let's take a look at this article from Go Vols 24/7. Written by Ryan Callahan. Vols on short list of favorites for elite athlete after official visit. Says here, Tennessee made the short list of favorites for highly ranked target Monday night. Coming off of his official visit with the Vols, four-star class of 23 athlete Cameron Seldon out of Heathville, Virginia, announced his top three college choices in a post on his Twitter account, confirming that Tennessee is one of the front runners for him just one day after he returned home from his weekend stay in Knoxville. Now, when you look at that top three, again, Tennessee, Maryland, Penn State, a lot of people see it as a good thing. A lot of people thought Virginia Tech would be up there in the mix, but he goes with Maryland for that top three. Again, Steve Wiltfong has the crystal ball to Penn State. If you go to on3.com, the prediction machine has Penn State way out front. How much momentum could Tennessee create over the weekend while Cameron Seldon was on campus? Watched his interview with Austin Price as he got ready to leave town. Very kind of 1-2 word responses. Wasn't very talkative. Now, was that an indication of his visit? Was that an indication of how he feels about Tennessee? Or was that more of his personality? Is he more of a reserved guy, doesn't want to talk about it a whole lot? It goes on to say here, Maryland and Penn State are the other top contenders for 6'1", 219-pound Seldon, who's in the process of taking official visits to all three schools this month. Maryland hosted him on his first official visit, weekend of June 10th. Obviously, he was in town this past weekend at Tennessee, and then he travels to Penn State this weekend for his third and final planned official visit. So again, Penn State showing the crystal balls. Penn State showing out front. Penn State gets the last official visit. Is Tennessee in this thing? Brent Hubbs over at VolQuest says Tennessee is in it, but how much? Again, I make Cameron Seldon a priority. One of the things that he wants to do, again, 6'1", 220 pounds, listed as the number 2 ranked player out of the state of Virginia, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite, also listed as the 7th ranked athlete. We've talked about Cameron Seldon before. He's a versatile guy. He can play running back. He can play wide receiver. He can play on defense. Seems like he wants to be a wide receiver at the next level. So when Tennessee was prioritizing Carnell Tate, was that kind of factoring into Cameron Seldon's decision? How much momentum did they get with this official visit over the weekend? Now that Carnell Tate is moving on, can Tennessee really make Cameron Seldon a priority at the wide receiver position and give him more of that promise that he wants, give him that opportunity to be the top dog in that wide receiver room? Again, you look at his size, 6'1", 220 pounds. He's a big physical guy. And hearing him talk about what he wants to improve his game on, you know, he talks about having speed. He sets records on the track. The dude is a burner for his size. That's why he's such a freak athlete, but something that he wants to work on is getting off the line of scrimmage better with his size. He says he could do a better job of that. Good route runner. This kid, again, just absolute priority for me in this class of 23. Says it might turn out to be the final stop for Seldon before he announces his college decision. He recently has continued to indicate that he's likely to make his decision next month. Says, I'm thinking about sometime in July. He said Sunday after his visit with the Vols. Again, it goes on to talk about his rankings there, where he has predicted the 24/7 Sports crystal ball. But a quote from Seldon about his time in Knoxville. He said it was good. The people stood out. They were real, not too overly excited, just felt normal. The vibes, they were good. It was cool. Again, a man of very, very few words. Says here, while some teams are recruiting at wide receiver, he said Tennessee envisions potentially lining him up at multiple spots, including running back, playing more of an all-purpose role on offense. The Vols discussed their vision for him during his official visit over the weekend. Here's a quote. Says they analyzed everything with how I'd fit in and how they could use me and get me the ball, get touches. Said Seldon, who won a state championship and set a school record earlier this month by running the 100 meters in 10.74 seconds. Again, just absolute burner, an absolute burner. We were kind of talking last night on the NCAA 2013 stream. You can't teach speed and athleticism. You can take a guy like Cedric Tillman and develop him, make him better, but you can't teach speed, and that's what Cameron Seldon has there. Again, has his 100-meter time there, just a track guy. Goes on to say here, said they could utilize me at receiver, put me in the slot, sometimes go in the backfield, get runs, and jet sweeps. And I would think that would be a plus, a benefit. I would think that's something that Cameron Seldon would want to do. If he can get that guarantee that he's going to play the wide receiver position, but also move him around, try to get him the ball, going back to the old claw fence in the Phil Fulmer days, get the ball to the athletes in space. I think Josh Heupel does a good job getting the ball to his playmakers, and Cameron Seldon would fit in perfectly in this offense. Says here, I think it's good because I'm an athlete. I'm not just a receiver because I started at running back, then I went to receiver. I play at a high level on both, so that's what I feel. I'm going to go ahead and cue up some of his highlights here, let you guys take a look at those. Again, Cameron Seldon got that Penn State visit coming right around the corner this coming weekend, and then he's set to make a decision in July. 6'1", 220-pound, four-star athlete out of Virginia. The scouting report on him from 24/7 Sports by Gabe Brooks says unverified size, but looks and plays big, dynamic high school playmaker who projects to receiver but could legitimately play several different positions in the future. Got snaps at quarterback, receiver, corner, safety, and kick returner as a sophomore. Quantifiable athleticism that clearly manifests on the field. Ran a 10.8 100 and a 22.2 200 during his sophomore track season. Again, we just heard about the school record that he just set just this past week, a couple of weeks ago. Says flashes great acceleration and long speed. Shows terrific run after catch ability and run strength. Limited sophomore sample because of a 3-game limited season. Faces lower level competition, raw in general, but particularly in position-specific technical areas. Nevertheless, a true football player with high-level instincts and playmaking athleticism. Projects to the Power 5 level as an impact player at receiver, though defensive back 7 position could also fit quite well. But again, it's already confirmed Cameron Seldon wants to play wide receiver. Tennessee is recruiting him to play wide receiver, mixed in with a little slot, little running back. But what do you guys think? Hit that comment section. Does Tennessee have a chance here? Does Tennessee have a shot? Because I'll be honest with you guys, I just don't have a whole lot of confidence, but I think this is a big one. This is a big one. Some people didn't like the video I made yesterday. I'm not being negative. I'm asking questions. Can this coaching staff get it done on the recruiting trail? So far, they have put together a nice class for the class of 23, but it's about how you finish on the way to December. And again, we got a long way to go to early signing day. And this coaching staff did a nice job in the class of 22. Can they do the same thing and stack another solid class in the class of 23? We'll see how it finishes out. Again, hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Can Tennessee get Cameron Seldon in the boat? He is the number one priority target, the number one guy that I want on the offensive side of the ball in this class of 23. But hit that comment section. Let me know. Also, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. And make sure you go check out the merchandise. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols, any and all sport. Greatly appreciated. Thank you guys to everybody that hung out last night in the live stream. Thank you to all the new members of the channel. You can also become a member. Hit that join button down below, as little as 99 cents a month or as much as $10, whatever you want to give, any and all sport. Greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.